Okay, so here's an example that we have a drawing created in a third angle projection. So this would be considered our front view, and this is considered our right side view. You can notice that this is rectangle around it, the dimensions are separated in two separate places, or in two different places. The 2.9 is going to be our width, and the height of this is 3.5. Our circles are located here. So this dimension or diameter represents how long each one of these lines are that I have highlighted. So you can imagine that this is a physical piece, or it's something like a Lego block without them recessing on the inside. So let's go ahead and switch on over to AutoCAD, and you'll see that we'll have to jump between both of these views in order to pull some information that we need. And that's going to be typical when you start creating projections, is that not all your dimensions will be on one view. You're going to have to start referring back to the other view in order to create it. Okay, so here in AutoCAD, let's start with a rectangle. Put the lower left corner here, and I'll type in the coordinates that I have, which is the 2.9 is the x, comma 3.5. Let's zoom into this. Let's go ahead and create our circle that's located at 1.45 away from this edge. Well, that happens to be half of our 2.9 dimension, so we can track from this middle point, this midpoint here, and go up a distance of 1. So let's go ahead and create a circle, center diameter, touch the midpoint, and then track up until you get the tracking lines. Type in 1, enter, and the diameter of this one is 1.15. The exact same thing is happening here on the top. So if you want to, we can do that same step again and track down. I'll just use the mirror command. So I'll select mirror, select my circle, enter, and then I'm just going to go from this midpoint right across to this midpoint and answer no to the question. So now I have my front view created. Let's go ahead and create our right side view. One thing that you're going to have to do is these have to be in line with each other. So anytime you create a right side view or any other views that are associated with this one, they have to stay in line. One thing I like to do is go ahead and create a construction line and make it horizontal. And then that way I'm allowed to click on these endpoints, and you know that these will stay in line with each other. And with my circles, I'll tend to go with the quadrants. And let's escape from here. Let's create a line somewhere a distance away from this one, and keep in mind that you're going to have these little pegs sticking out. So I'll select somewhere here and go straight up. Now I want to make sure that that's vertical. If you want, you can always select the perpendicular option here and go straight up. Escape. Make sure that your line is crossing this bottom line and this top line. Use offset. My distance that I'm going to need is 0.55. Enter. And I'm just going to offset this line to the right and then escape. Next, I'll come back and I'll use offset again. And this time, for my distance, I'll type in 0.75. And I'm going to offset this line to that side, and then I'll offset this line going to this side. And then I'll escape. Okay, so from here, I can do some trimming. And I'll start off with Extrim. And if you haven't seen me use it before, there's one that you have to type in. So type in Extrim, enter. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to start with this line to the furthest right here. I'll select the line and then select anywhere to the right of it. And what I like to do is to repeat that command is just hit the enter button. Select this line to the left and click anywhere you want to the left. Hit the enter key again. Select this line. Select anywhere above it. Enter key one more time. Select this line and below it. Okay, so now from this point, I'll go to the trim command. So I'll go to trim, and remember, if you're not using 2021 version, you're going to have to hit the enter button one more time after you select the command. And then I'm going to trim this off. So I know that I'll start with the rectangle here in the middle. I know that this line and here at the bottom are the ones that represent my rectangle. The next thing I like to do is start working on my pegs. So I'm going to walk this line. I'll click here, and then I'll just keep clicking these endpoints until I get to the desired location. And I'll do here at the bottom. So I know that my peg here at the bottom sticks out here. I'll start on the other side, and I'll just walk this one up until I get to the desired position. And then I'll trim the top peg off there. Okay, so from here, now I can walk these lines back. So I'll always start off at the edges here and kind of click them in, and that'll save me from having to come back and delete. I'll trim here and here. And there's a rule of thumb when you're trimming. If you cannot trim it, then you usually have to delete it. Okay, so now that we have that created, go ahead and hit escape. And you can see that we do have our shapes created and they are aligned with each other. Let's go up to the layer command. And let's create a hidden line layer. So go to layer, select the new layer icon, give it a name. I named it hidden. Let's go ahead and change the color to red. So click on the little black box there, select the color red, okay, and then go over to the word continuous, then go to load, scroll down until you find the word hidden, select OK, and then select the word hidden, and then select OK. Let's close the layer box. Select the object that I want to change this layer, and then select this drop down here, and then put it on the hidden layer, and then escape. We won't worry about putting the center lines and center marks on them. We'll do that in a later course. Thank you for watching.